Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of our director, Gary Gillette, and members of your Missoula City Band, Bill Rhodes, saying, welcome to tonight's the 6th concert in Bonner Park. It's such another beautiful Missoula evening. So glad to see you all here. Would you please join us now as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
And if you vets would like to salute, we've been told it's just fine.
Well, we've got a couple of birthdays to celebrate tonight. In the audience, mother of one of our longtime players, Don Gieselbeck, we've got Evelyn Gieselbeck. Evelyn, where are you? Wave.
Where are you, Evelyn? Hey, Don,
I know you're up there.
You said she was here, Don.
I think Don set us up for this one, honestly. She's not here. They're coming. They may be here later. Anyway, happy birthday, Evelyn, when you get here. Somebody wish her a happy birthday. And also in our band, we've got a good friend of ours, Mr. Mike Rosbarski, a good euphor player on the euphonium. He is celebrating, let me get the math right, the 32nd anniversary of his 39th birthday this Saturday. Congratulations, Mike. He's a wonderful arranger and does a lot of our parts. So, happy birthday, folks. Start the concert out correctly with a George Rosencrantz march. This one's called Demonstration March. Now, we have had a fine tradition of dedication. I don't know, are the Rainbow Girls here tonight? Rainbow Girls?
I didn't hear anybody scream.
No. Are there any girls here tonight? Well, this goes out to all the girls in the audience. This is George Rosenkrantz demonstration march.
All the girls. Okay. Suck it up, Archie. Here we are.
Well, A Trumpeter's Lullaby, which is our next number, is a short composition for solo trumpet and orchestra, in this case band, written by American composer Leroy Anderson in 1949. Its genesis is quite interesting. The first trumpet player of the Boston Pops asked Anderson why he didn't write a trumpet solo for him to play with the orchestra that would be different from traditional trumpet solos, which are rather loud, martial, or triumphant. Anderson thought it over and it occurred to him that he never heard a lullaby for trumpet, so he set out to write one, with a quiet melody based on bugle notes played by the trumpet and with the rest of the orchestra playing a lullaby background. Soloing with us for the first time is Garrett Red Olson. I've been told to say that. He is a trumpet performance major at the University of Montana. He studied with John Driscoll, Brendan McGlynn, and is currently studying with James Smart at the university. Garrett attended Middle Snake Middle Snake Rattle School. Very good. Hey, it just gets better as the night gets longer, folks. And under the direction of John Schubert, and Hellgate High School under the direction of John Combs. He performs with the Symphonic Wind Ensemble at the University Symphony Orchestra at Jazz Band 1 at the University of Montana. Garrett will be graduating in the spring of 2012 with his degree in trumpet performance. And what a wonderful trumpet player is. Please give a warm welcome to Garrett Olson, and we're going to play A Trumpeter's Lullaby. job, Garrett. Thanks. Well, we got a fun one coming up. A little touch of whimsy called Gunsmirk. I did say it right, Gunsmirk. Written in 1960 by Bernie Green, Gunsmirk is a musical parody of some of the scenes that take place in almost any Western. I'll read the caption of each scene before we play it. So I'm switching pages now.
So I think we all better prepare for this.
Number one, which we're going to play first, is New Cowboy in Town. The hero approaches from the distance across the plain. We hear his horse's hoof beats and his song growing louder as he rides into town.
Pretty good so far.
So far, so good. We're on scene the second. Love is everywhere, and boy, do we need it tonight. The hero sees the beautiful school marm, and suddenly, love is everywhere. Scene three.
I was loving the air.
You're very kind, thank you. Scene three, the old grubstaker. There's always a friendly old character in town who clomps up to the hero and briefs him on the evil doings that are plaguing the settlers. So we got the old grubstaker now. The next session is entitled Goodbye Old Saddle Sores. The horse which has served our hero faithfully has finally come to the end of the trail. This is a tearful goodbye. Now, I see a whole bunch of long faces out there. Old Satasaurus is going on a Club Med vacation in Bimini, so don't worry about it. It's just fine. Now, no Western is complete without the villain and his henchmen. They tiptoe up stealthily. They are out to get our hero. The villain takes aim and is about to shoot when there is a piercing scream. It's the heroines. I tell you, that heroine's got to be an awfully robust young lady, that's for sure. And that leads to the gunfight. Our hero shoots it out with the villain. They trade shot for shot. The hero is almost out of ammunition, to be dealt with later. When suddenly we hear a distant trumpet call, and it's the cavalry in the nick of time, galloping over the plain. They arrive, effect the rescue, and love is everywhere once more. have to admit, Gary, 22 years in this band, I've never heard anything like that. Perhaps in 22 years from now, we might be ready again for that one. Suggestion. He's not listening. You're just not listening. That's it. We're doing some Western tunes tonight in honor of the passing of James Arness. He was Marshall, Dillon, and Gunsmoke, and my gosh, that show ran for 20 seasons from 1955 to 1975. It was the United States' longest running primetime live action drama with 635 episodes. At the end of its run in 1975, Los Angeles columnist Cecil Smith wrote, and he summed it up best, Gunsmoke was a dramatization of the American epic legend of our West. Our own Iliad and Odyssey, created from the standard elements of the dime novel and the folk western, as romanticized by Buntline, Hart, and Twain. It was ever the stuff of legend. So, in memory of that fine actor James Arness and that wonderful TV show, we have the theme from Gunsmoke. We're going to put on a serious hat a little bit now and go to a George Philip Telemann piece. He was one of the most prolific composers in history and was considered by his contemporaries to be one of the leading German composers of the time. He was compared favorably to Johann Sebastian Bach, and Telemann knew him personally. He remained at the forefront of all new musical tendencies, and his music is an important link between the late Baroque and early classical styles. Now, making her solo debut with the band is Cassidy Brooks, back home from summering from studies at Montana State, where she is majoring in, we're not sure if it's science or math or education. Education, that's it. I was going to go down the whole list, but I figured I'd hit it. A Sentinel grad and longtime private student of Julie Vasquez, she just loves playing the flute, and it shows. Now, the brass will not be playing in this number, and they told to behave themselves. So, audience, please keep an eye on them and report any notice misbehavior less than desirable to Gary at the conclusion of the concert. This is very important. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Cassidy Brooks playing Suite in A minor by Telemon. We're also sending our collection ladies out. Please welcome them with open wallets. refreshing change from Gunsmirk.
Program.
Our next march was written in 1923. Sousa composed Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, dedicated to the ancient Arabic order of Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, also known as Shriners. Shriners International describes itself as a fraternity based on fun, fellowship, and the Masonic principles of brotherly love, relief, and truth. The organization is best known for the Shriners Hospital for Children they administer and the red fezzes that the members wear, as well as their famous circus. This is a tough one. This is Nobles of the Mystic Shrine by John Philip Sousa. Oh.
It's okay, my grandpa was a Mason.
Well, Mr. Gillette has managed to put together a very nice percussion section this year, and Gary's rightfully decided to show them off. Here's a new piece to us. This is called Drums of America March. It's written by George Frock and John Warrington. Drums of America featuring our percussion section. I think we got a percussion section this year, Mr. Gillette. Wonderful job. Now, coming up next is one of our favorite marches by one of our favorite march composers, Henry Fillmore. What? No, I skipped. Remember that. I'll come back to that later. We'll just do it. No. We're going to do Red Riding Hood. The novelty song, How Could Red Riding Hood Have Been So Very Good, written by A.P. Randolph in 1925 and published in 1926, currently holds the distinction of being the first song to be banned from the radio due to possible connotations. Well, needless to say, there were some lines in the original that the careful listener could misinterpret. Today, all such read into stuff is disregarded and you're hit over the head with blue language in the clear. The music was so popular that the lyrics have been rewritten, and we're glad to present a sanitized version of the song. Now, Miss Sarah Whitlach, who's at the microphone, is a Big Sky grad. Now, those folks who have been keeping track realize we have a hat trick with each of the public high schools in town being represented with our soloists.
I figured that all out.
Indeed, Gary takes credit for it, but I think it was just serendipity, as they say. A grad of the University of Idaho in music ed and now teaching K-12 music in a pleasant little town in South Dakota. Inside joke, folks. For the past several years, when she visits home here in Missoula, she has sung with us, and we hope that's a tradition that will continue for a very, very long time. She's a pleasant of person and voice. You will enjoy this. Please make Sarah feel welcome as she sings Little Red Riding Hood with some slightly saucy nuance.
Folks in Storyland
Thanks so much, Sarah. That was really fun. Yeah. We're at our last number for this evening, folks. Thanks to our soloists this evening, Red Olson, Cassidy Brooks, and Sarah Whitlach. Let's give them a hand, folks. They did a great job. Next week is our tribute to Hal Herbig, and woodwind player extraordinaire Gary Herbig will be here to join us. On behalf of Gary and the band, Bill Roach saying thanks for letting us share our music with you tonight. See you again next week. Now let's showcase our horn section and finish up with the music from the 1991 movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, written by noted American film composer Michael Kamen.
Thank you. See you next week for the tribute to Hal Herbig.